one thing that you may not think has been a smash hit is the weather over the summer. It's been a mixed affair, to put it politely, although you may have forgotten it was the hottest June on record, but then July turned cool and wet and August was very unsettled. Now, meteorologically speaking, the 1st of September is the first day of autumn and the weather is changing. It's turning drier and warmer and sunnier, and it may turn warmer still into next week. Our area of high pressure wobbling its way eastwards, low pressure trying to squash in from the Atlantic, and this arrangement of weather systems will bring us a southerly flow of air and some warm air from the near continent. How warm is it going to get? Well, easily up into the low to mid-20s. Some places could get to the high 20s, maybe up to 30 degrees briefly through the middle part of next week. Yes, we are into September.
Hello, good afternoon. Today is the first day of the meteorological autumn, but it will start to feel very much more like summer as we head through this weekend and into the start of next week with rising temperatures and lots of sunshine. Today, though, it was quite a murky start to the day. Lots of low cloud, a few sharp showers already this morning, as recorded by weather watchers here in Enfield and again in Twickenham.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. Yesterday marks the first day of meteorological autumn, the 1st of September, but the weather as we go towards the weekend doesn't have an autumnal feel to it at all. In fact, summer looks like it's going to fight back, because for the weekend we've got plenty of warm spells of sunshine, staying largely dry, and our winds remain fairly light for all of us too. Once the sunshine gets to work again on Sunday, we'll see more in the way of some clear blue skies, and that fine weather continues into next week, where we could be seeing temperatures in the mid to high 20s.
The 1st of September, cue the summer.
Typical, isn't it, Sophie? And in fact, the first week of September is looking very summery indeed. Good evening to you. Looks like we could hit 30 Celsius across one or two spots of southern Britain as we move into next week, as high pressure builds in, continues to bring a lot of dry, sunny and warm weather to our shores. It's not going to be completely dry this weekend. There will be a few showers around.
What's it looking like this weekend? Have we got sunshine?
We do, Frankie, we do. Not just for this weekend, even into next week as well, thanks to high pressure, which has finally built in across the country. It was building in, I should say, because we've had low pressure recently. It's brought a lot of cloud, outbreaks of rain, even had some thunderstorms across the southeast corner of London in towards Kent. Now, and we hold on to high pressure as we head into next week. We could be looking at temperatures in the high 20s, maybe 30 degrees in one or two locations, so stay tuned.
Hello, the weather is changing over the next few days. A change to something drier and warmer with some spells of sunshine. In fact, a decent weekend in prospect if you have outdoor plans. Into next week, high pressure tends to retreat eastwards, low pressure trying to squeeze in from the Atlantic, and this arrangement of weather systems will bring us a broadly southerly airflow, and that will introduce some warmer air from the near continent. Now, there's some uncertainty about just how warm it will get, but we could well be looking at values into the mid to high 20s, possibly close to 30 degrees for some of us. It does look like turning a bit more unsettled by the end of next week.
Alex is with me in the studio. Alex, it may not have felt like it, well, actually didn't feel like it, but it turns out this summer ranks up there as one of the hottest.
It does actually, yes. June was very impactful on the overall data that we've drawn in throughout the summer months, and as we now know, it is still one of the hottest. June was, as we know, record-breaking. In fact, that was the month we recorded our hottest temperature of the summer, 32.2 degrees Celsius in the first week of the month. But then that was followed by a rather disappointing July, which we know was wetter than average, and then August really didn't get a great deal better. So where does the summer rank as a whole? Well, as I say, June was very impactful. It's actually in the top 10 warmest summers, believe it or not. It stands at number 8, despite it being one of our wettest. And in fact, when you take a look at the top 10 warmest summers on record, it is number 1 for being the wettest. But just as we head out of summer and into meteorological autumn, things are set to get a lot better. Eye roll, yes, of course. As the kids go back to school, we are expecting a heat wave to start developing in some parts of the UK next week. Let's take a quick look at the air mass chart. And as you can see, as we run the sequence, we start to see the jet stream moving to the north. High pressure moves in. That's a combination of the jet stream, but also the effects of ex-tropical storm Franklin, which happened on the other side of the Atlantic. So pressure building, temperatures rising. In fact, let's take a quick look at what we're expecting as we head through the weekend into next week. Highs of 28 by Tuesday. For now, though, let's take a look at the next couple of days. Well, this weekend it is going to be shaping up very nicely indeed. As I say, pressure building, but do allow for some morning fog patches, which should clear away fairly quickly. And then we're into warm spells of sunshine, if not periods of sunshine, by the time we get to the latter part of the weekend into next week. So not in time for summer, but as the kids go back to school, it's going to be at least a pleasant school run.
What timing?